Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to the channel. You know it is JJ with you once again. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and also to the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Today, we're going to have a little bit of a powwow. Just a little bit. We got a couple things we want to talk about today. We're going to go to some articles and check them out. We're just going to get right to the point. We're not going to make this a long video, and we'll give you my conclusion at the end. So hopefully you'll stay all the way through. So let's just go ahead and get it all started and see what I got cooking. Now that we're on the action screen, now we're going to see what the rumors are cooking for this week. I got a rumor for you all. It looks like the AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT will be announced on the 21st at Computex. That's May the 21st. And it'll be available in June. So let's look through this article from videocards.com and see what they got up their sleeve. So it looks like they got a 2-fan tier here. That looks pretty good. Let's see. It's safe to say that the previous rumor regarding the Radeon RX 9060 XT and the 9070 GRE launch dates can be disregarded. Oh, wow. Here we go. We mentioned that we hear nothing about the 9070 GRE being pushed back to Q4. In fact, we shared a new image prior to launch day, clearly confirming that their cards will be coming. I hope they do, because it looks like AMD might pull out a rabbit trick out of their hat and kind of take the market share by storm when it comes to the gamers. So, AMD has confirmed our suspicions. Mine too. The RX 9070 GRE is set to launch on May the 8th following the official disclosure of the Navi 48 GPU for the Chinese market. Doesn't look like it's for the United States, so don't be expecting it coming here right away. So, meanwhile, the 9060 XT will launch May the 18th. Maybe. Many have noticed that, but AMD rarely launches products on a Sunday, which is true. They don't. In fact, AMD already announced the press conference scheduled 3 days later, which will serve as an official Computex keynote. This ought to be interesting. But also, too, remember, they said that the 9060 XT, there's rumors leaking that there might not be an 8GB card. They're only a 16GB card. So we'll find out at Computex what they're going to pull out of their hat. But for now, let's just keep it right there. So we all know that the 5060 Ti 8GB and 16GB already launched. But it looks like that the 5060 8GB with GDR7 is expected to launch on near the same time that the 9060 XT from AMD is going to be on the 21st. However, actual product availability may not occur until June. So don't expect it anytime soon. But they're talking about canceling the 9060 XT 8GB. Let's go through this chart really quick. Navi 48s, the 9070 XT, y'all know the drill with that. Don't need to go there, and I don't need to go there with the 9070. MSRP price doesn't mean much to anybody. So they got the 9070 GRE, and they're starting to come out with some of the specs for the 9060 XT. Maybe 8GB or 16GB. What has me worried about this card is that they're going to make it PCIe 5.0 X8. So basically it's going to have half the amount of lanes as an X16 card. So, but they're expecting 320 gigabits of memory bandwidth, 20 gigabit memory speed, 128-bit bus. It could be that it's 16. See where it says 16/8? Usually it says 8/16, but this says 16/8 of GDDR6. And the frequency they're looking at for the boost clock of 3.23 gigahertz. And it's on 2048 cores. Which it should have said streaming processors, I would imagine, but anyway. Looking at this, I don't know, this seems like a drop in a bucket to me. But I'm going to give you guys my final thought. And that is this. My final thought on the 9060 XT, it could be if they come out with a good price, and it's coming out in June. If they come out with a good price, it could definitely knock the RX 6600 off its block because they had it at $229. So if AMD wanted to really do a good diligence and they did the 16 gigabyte card, they should do it at least around $300, $299. That would be more than fair for the amount of streaming processors this got. Because if you look at the RX 580, it's got 2,304. And this has got 2,048. I know it's a new architecture, but it's just a peace of mind. That they're giving you a 128-bit bus, and they're giving you only 20 gigabits per second on the memory speed. But looking at it like this, they pull a rabbit trick with this card. It definitely could take and knock out the 5060 Ti, 16 gigabyte. So 16 gigabyte to 16 gigabyte looks like NVIDIA's got a competitor to the 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte. Now, if AMD decides to get rid of and not even launch the 9060 XT 8 gigabyte, I think that would be better off for them, for AMD. I really do. So keeping that note in mind, I really want to see what this 9060 XT 16 gigabyte card's got to offer. Now, it would be even more as if they slapped on another 2 gigabytes and made it 18 gigabytes and made the card $349. That would be something that would blow everybody's mind. But they don't got GDDR7. They don't got the 3 gigabyte chips. So that could be something futuristic for them because they could run it at PCIe 5.0 X8 with the 128-bit bus. It would be, but they can do it if they wanted to. Well, depends on how they lay out the chips. They would probably have to do a clamshell model. I don't know. I'm just thinking in my mind, guys. Don't mind me. But anyway, my thought is I'd like to see what's going to happen with the 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. That's even more interesting. But if this is your first time here, make sure, I'm going to say make sure, you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Until the next time, which is today, and the next video, you know it is, and we'll see you on the next one.